Quick question. What if I told you the $12 coffee habit that seems so harmless is quietly draining as much as $67,000 from your future wealth over the next 20 years? And according to the latest Federal Reserve report, the average American household already carries over $9,000 in credit card debt. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, or struggling to understand why money seems to vanish every month, you're not alone. But here's the secret. It's not about earning more. It's about applying 10 golden rules that anyone can use, starting now, to break the cycle and build real wealth. Even if you don't have a high-paying job or a fancy degree. I'm John from Money Masters, and today I'll reveal the specific steps backed by hard numbers, plus the one mistake almost everyone makes that keeps them broke. Ready to find out how you can turn small daily decisions into lifelong financial empowerment? Let's get started. Let's jump right in. Because the gap between those who build lasting wealth and those stuck on the financial hamster wheel comes down to a handful of timeless principles, not luck or a PhD in economics. I want you to listen closely, because these 10 golden rules will lay out the exact roadmap, step by step, backed by data and real stories. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Please do your own research or consult a licensed advisor before making investment decisions. Golden rule number 1, never spend more than you earn. Here's the classic mistake. Most people miss when they get a paycheck, feel a surge of possibility and immediately greenlight expenses, sometimes before the money even hits their account. According to the Federal Reserve's 2023 Consumer Debt Survey, the average American household carries over $9,000 in credit card debt, not even counting mortgages or student loans. That $9,000 represents money people didn't actually have, spent on wants, not needs. Think about what happens next. Stress, second jobs, more bills, and a vicious cycle of financial anxiety. Let's make this tangible. If you earn $3,000 per month, but spend $3,050, just $50 over, you're digging a deeper hole every month. That deficit compounds via interest, late fees, and stress. But if you instead spend $2,800 and pocket a $200 surplus, you're already ahead of 70% of the country. According to a 2022 Bankrate Savings Report, nearly 6 in 10 Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. Wealth isn't about what you earn. It's about what you keep and grow. Take a moment and comment below. What's your biggest money leak? Is it daily coffee, eating out, or spontaneous Amazon buys? Share below. Let's see what habits drain the most from our community. Golden rule number 2, pay yourself first. This is where most people mess up. The average routine goes, get paid, pay bills, spend a bit here and there, and then, maybe, save whatever crumbs are left at month's end. But according to behavioral economists, especially Shlomo Benartzi at UCLA, people naturally allow their spending to expand with their income, a phenomenon called lifestyle creep. The result, nothing left for the future. The solution flips the script. You treat savings and investing as non-negotiable bills, paid first. That means on payday, the first 10%, the minimum, is whisked away into a savings or investment account before you even see it. If you're in your 20s and stick to this, Westegg.com's retirement calculator shows you're on track to retire with real comfort, not just scraping by. For example, let's say you make $4,000 per month. Immediately set aside $400. If you automate this, you'll remove the willpower battle and ensure your future self is paid every single month. Without fail. Pro tip. Set up an automatic transfer from checking to savings or investment the day after your paycheck hits. That way, you never see the extra money and won't be tempted to spend it. Up next, we'll dive into the shield that stops emergencies from becoming disasters. Golden rule number 3, build an emergency fund. The rookie mistake. Ignoring life's curveballs. Major car repairs, dental bills, sudden job loss. These moments come for everyone. And if you're not prepared, you'll fall back into debt and financial stress. According to a 2023 CNBC report, 57% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency. Your emergency fund is your financial airbag. Here's how you calculate it. Add up all monthly essentials, rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, insurance, and bare basics. Let's say that's $3,000 a month. Multiply that by 3 to 6 months. And you're aiming for $9,000 to $18,000 in a separate, high-yield savings account. Don't be discouraged if you're starting at zero. Begin with $1,000 as your first target. Once you get there, aim for $3,000 and so on. Consistency is more important than perfection. Story break. Let's look at Sarah, a 34-year-old marketing manager. Sarah started saving $200 a month, tiny compared to her monthly bills. But by year 1, she banked $2,400. By year 2, with a little interest at 4%, she had over $5,000. When her car needed a $1,200 repair, she handled it in cash. No debt. No stress. That peace of mind changed everything. Quick tip. Apps like Ally, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and Capital One offer high-yield savings options, making your emergency fund grow just a bit faster. On that note, if you've ever been blindsided by a big expense, what was it? Share your story in the comments. Let's help others prepare smarter. Ready for the next level, because saving alone won't make you wealthy. Golden rule number 4. You can't save your way to wealth. Here's where most people freeze. They think if they just hoard cash in a standard savings account, they'll eventually get wealthy. But according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and their 2024 inflation analysis, savings accounts yield maybe 1% a year, while inflation clips along at 3 to 6%. That means your so-called safe money is actually shrinking in purchasing power every year. Contrary to what your parents may have said, saving alone won't make you wealthy. Let me show you why. Saving is for emergencies and short-term needs, but investing is for freedom. On average, the historical return of the U.S. stock market is about 10% a year size. Vanguard, S&P 500, 1926 to 2023. Compound interest is the real magic. Money earns money. Then the earnings themselves earn even more. Visualization time. Alex starts investing $250 per month at age 22, earning a 7% annual return. Historical average actual results vary. By 65 on destination, Alex has deposited $129,000 out of pocket, but the account grows to $739,000. Contrast this with Jordan, starting at 30, same $250 a month, same returns. By 65, Jordan only has $368,000 because the missed years cost $371,000 in lost growth. That's not a typo. Starting early isn't optional. It's the superpower. Ask yourself, are you investing today or waiting for the right time? The number one mistake. Waiting until you feel ready to start investing. Every year you wait is money lost to time. Up next, we'll bust the biggest debt myths and reveal how to use borrowing to accelerate, not sabotage, your wealth. Golden rule number 5. Not all debt is created equal. Common mistake. Treating all debt as evil, or just as dangerously. Assuming all loans are opportunity. The nuance. There is good debt and bad debt, and knowing the difference is a wealth builder. Bad debt is money borrowed for depreciating items, like credit card splurges, car loans on luxury vehicles, or financing gadgets and furniture. According to Experian's 2023 consumer survey, average credit card APRs exceed 20% and car loan balances are at historic highs. Every dollar in bad debt puts cash in someone else's pocket while making you less wealthy. Good debt is borrowing to acquire assets that grow or produce income. Think. A mortgage on a reasonably priced home that appreciates, or a student loan for an education that noticeably boosts your earning power. But beware. Not all degrees or houses qualify. Business loans that fund real expansion can be good debt too, if the math checks out. According to the Federal Reserve's 2022 Triennial Survey, the median net worth of a U.S. homeowner is $255,000, while renters average just over $6,000, a nearly 40-fold gap. However, this isn't a green light to take on huge loans just because they're good debt. Even smart debt must be managed wisely. Never buy more house or degree than you need. You're halfway through. If you've made it this far, drop "Let's build wealth" in the comments so I know you're serious about changing your financial future. Ready to take financial control up a notch. Up next, why staying safe can actually put your wealth at risk. Golden rule number 6. Take calculated risks. Mistake alert. Playing it ultra safe by parking all your money in a 1% savings account. Letting inflation quietly gut your savings. There's a difference between reckless risks and ones built on research. According to Morningstar's 2023 risk assessment, a diversified index fund portfolio has averaged solid gains over every rolling 20-year period since World War II, even weathering the worst storms. Calculated risk means prep, research, and a backup plan. Stupid risk is a leap with nothing to break your fall. Investing in low-fee index funds spreads risk. Quitting your job with zero savings, or dumping your life savings into one sure-thing crypto bet, is the opposite. Calculate the risk. Know your worst-case scenario, and protect yourself before you leap. Most people fear losing money in the stock market, but Vanguard Research, 2019, shows the biggest lifetime killer is inflation, eroding your savings at 3 to 6% a year while you do nothing. Protect your purchasing power by taking risks that have been mathematically proven to pay off over time. Here's a real-life pivot. David Vigier, age 49, spent years in ultra-safe CDs getting 1.5% returns. In 2015, he shifted half his savings into index funds. By 2024, that portion grew by 80%, while his CD money had only inched up 14%. The risk, measured. The reward, life-changing. Now let's lock in your roadmap for action, because a wish is not a goal, and ambiguity kills motivation. Golden rule number 7. Set specific financial goals. Top blunder. Setting fuzzy financial intentions like, I want to be rich, or I just want comfort for my family. Wishes don't turn into dollars. Only specific measurable goals do. According to research from Harvard Business Review, people with written, quantified financial goals are 76% more likely to hit major milestones than those who don't. A real goal. I want $50,000 invested by December 31st, 2026. That's actionable. If you need to grow your investment account to $50,000 by 2027 and expect a 7% annual return, not guaranteed, based on historical market averages, the math says you need to invest about $833 per month for the next 5 years. Tools like Mint, Personal Capital, or my Wealth Builder calculator, link in description, can break it down for your real numbers. Specifics reveal the gap. If you're only saving $200 a month, you can see the shortfall and strategize. Can you cut $633 a month from unnecessary expenses? Can you increase your income or side hustle? When you review your financial goals quarterly and actually check progress, you put yourself in a feedback loop that drives results. No more drifting, just progress, tracked and visible. Before we jump to rule number 8, a quick pointer. Use free goal tracking apps like Notion, INAB. You need a budget, or even a simple Excel sheet. Consistency beats fancy tools every time. Coming up is the real wealth hack. Make smart decisions automatic, so you never have to rely on willpower alone. Golden rule number 8. Automate everything you can. Mistake most people make, relying on willpower and memory. I'll remember to invest later this month. The reality, you forget. Impulse wins, and future you gets shortchanged. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Finance shows that people who automate savings, investments, and bill payments save 46% more over 5 years than those who do it manually. Systems beat willpower every time. Set up automatic transfers to your emergency fund, investment accounts, and 401k or IRA the very next day after your paycheck lands. No room for excuses, just results. Schedule bills to pay automatically, too, so you never rack up late fees or trash your credit score. The mental freedom alone is worth it. apps from your bank, robo-advisors like Betterment or Wealthfront, and auto-draft for utilities can handle almost everything. The less attention you have to give routine financial chores, the better decisions you'll make with bigger opportunities. We're closing in on the finish line. The next rule will reveal the tracking habit that separates financial winners from everyone else. Plus, after that, I'll show you how long-term thinking is the superstar skill behind true wealth building. Golden rule number 9, track your money obsessively. Mistake. Assuming you know where your money goes. According to Intuit's latest Mint data, most people underestimate their true spending by 22%. So if you think you're at $3,500 a month, odds are you actually spend $4,200. You can't fix what you don't track. Successful businesses log every dollar in and out. They know their numbers inside out. Your personal finances demand the same rigor. Tracking spending reveals invisible leaks and hidden opportunities fast. Maybe you're dropping $400 a month on delivery and $200 a month on subscriptions, or your weekly coffee run adds up to more than your monthly IRA contribution. Modern tools like Mint, YNAB, or even your bank's breakdowns make it almost effortless. The real habit is choosing one night a month, your money date, to review, reflect, and adjust course. No guilt, just knowledge and power. Engagement break. Drop a comment, what's the number one money mistake you regret most? Being blindsided by an expense, overspending on something. Share your story so others can learn and feel less alone. Golden rule number 10, be patient and think long-term. Biggest misstep, chasing get-rich-quick hacks or giving up when results take time. According to Fidelity's 2023 Millionaire Outlook study, those who build seven-figure wealth overwhelmingly attribute it to disciplined, long-term investing, not lottery wins or single hot investments. Building wealth is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Every choice should ask, what will this mean for my life? 10, 20, or 30 years from now? Compound interest needs years, not months, to blossom. Real estate appreciation, business growth, even building up career skills, all demand runway. If you skip investing this year, you're not just missing 1 year's gains. You're foregoing decades of compounding. Most successful investors are the boring ones. They buy diversified funds, hold for decades, and ignore market noise. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market. S&P 500 data shows that missing even the best 10 days over 2 decades slashes your total return almost in half. Patient persistence beats frantic action. Whether building your emergency fund, killing off debt, or reshaping your habits, it's the long game that delivers. The results, and your future peace, compound with each good decision you make. Final engagement ask. If any rule today gave you an aha moment, which one will you start now? Type the rule number in the comments and let's cheer each other on. Before we wrap up, a bonus story for those who want an extra boost. Meet Priya, a 52-year-old nurse in the United Kingdom. She started investing in her 40s after decades of just saving, using low-cost index funds and automating £150 per month. 10 years later, her account grew to £30,000, double what she'd have had by just saving cash. After accounting for inflation, it's never too late, and the same rules work anywhere. Download my free Wealth Builder calculator in the description. Just input your real numbers and it'll show you exactly how much you could have after applying. These 10 rules. Seeing your own personalized projection can be a game changer. And remember, this educational content is here to empower, not replace licensed advice. Market returns are based on historical averages and can't be guaranteed. Always do your own research or talk with a certified professional about your personal situation. Up next, I'll share the specific index funds I use, break down historic returns versus risk, and reveal how to build a diversified portfolio step by step. Make sure you're subscribed. Don't miss it. Let's recap fast. The 10 golden rules are: spend less than you earn, pay yourself first, build an emergency fund, invest instead of just saving, understand good versus bad debt, take calculated risks, set specific goals, automate everything, track your money obsessively, and be ruthlessly patient. They're practical, and they work. Immediate next step. Choose just one. Set up a $100 monthly auto transfer to savings. Calculate your real monthly expenses for an emergency fund. Or write down a specific financial goal for the year in 30 days. Review your progress. How much did you save? Pay down in debt or invest? In 6 to 12 months. Your savings will start to grow, your stress will shrink, and you'll see real momentum. Use free tools like Mint or my downloadable Wealth Builder calculator to stay accountable. Results show up fastest for the most consistent. Most people see noticeable financial breathing room within 3 months, while wealth snowballs with every year spent applying these rules. Speaking of which, don't forget, download the free Wealth Builder calculator. Link below. Plug in your daily coffee habit, your salary, or your current savings rate and see your personal forecast instantly. Comment below with your money leak. Let's get the conversation going. If you're halfway through this journey, drop "Let's build wealth" to show you're still with us. Subscribe and turn on notifications because next up, I'll reveal the exact index funds and diversification strategy I use, paired with historical performance and risk analysis. Plus, share your top money question for 2024 in the comments. I'll answer the most common ones in upcoming videos. Last but not least, this video is for educational purposes only, is not financial advice, and you should always consult a qualified advisor before making financial moves. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, and your situation is unique. Thanks for being a part of the Money Masters community, and here's to the wealth you'll build. Starting now.